Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today, we're gonna do a walkthrough of this Ultimate Life Planner. And as the name suggests, it really is an Ultimate Life Planner. This could help you plan literally every aspect of your life. In it, we have a monthly planner, we have a weekly planner, then there's also a daily planner, a habit tracker, there's a budget tracker, there's also a cleaning checklist, a chore chart for the family, a meal planner for the family. This grocery shopping list is linked to the meal planner. There's a birthday tracker, a travel planner. There's a packing and to-do list, which is also linked to the travel planner. And there's also a weight tracker and fitness log. So this is, as the name suggests, an ultimate life planner. So we're just going to begin with the setup, how to go about setting this up. So if we go to the setup tab right here, this is very straightforward, very easy to do. So the first thing you want to do is select your year. So this is 2024, so that's the year we're working off. The first day of the week simply means what day of the week you want your planners to run from. So we always go with a Monday. Some people prefer to start their weeks on a Sunday. So you could choose whatever day you want here. You can choose whatever time you want your days to begin. Some people are early risers. Maybe you want to do from 4 a.m., 5 a.m., whatever time. You can select how you want to break up your day. So if you look at um, the weekly planner, for instance, the way it's broken up is in 30-minute time slots. So if you want it to be hourly, you can change that to say hourly. Everything that is grayed out here, you don't need to touch to at all. It's just our monthly, the setup for the months, the days, and the bar colors. So, but you can personalize the category. So we've gone with the most obvious ones or the most popular ones. You could add anything that you think is missing here. You can remove anything that's not relevant to you. So looking at this, we could probably add, say, something around your prayer life or, religion. So we could just add a category there. We could subtract, like I said. And same goes for the custom tracker. So we've gone with sort of maybe more of the more popular ones. Maybe you want to you want to track how much water you're drinking, how many steps you're doing. In line with the prayer, you could maybe track your Bible reading or whatever holy book, or maybe a prayer book that you're currently using for your religious activities. There is a few other setup categories on this same setup page. But in order for us not to get confused, we're going to deal with the tabs that are related to the setup that we've done up here, and then we'll come back to the rest later. So once you do this, you can then use this to further plan your month, your week, your daily planner, and your habit tracker. So we're going to start with the monthly planner. So we're starting with the year again. So there's a drop down here. You just select the year, and then we can go with, let's just say we go with July as the month, for instance. What you want to do here is just dump whatever thing is coming up in July. Say this was the 1st of July, and we have a whole list of things that we want to put for the month of July. We start putting, if you click this, if you double click here, the calendar pops up and you select um, 2nd of July. We need to, let's say we have a doctor's appointment, and then you put the time here, 3 p.m. If there's any notes that you want to add here, say the doctor's appointment was a phone appointment as opposed to a physical appointment, you can just add it in the notes here. Then double click again, select your month. In this case, we're working off July. Select July, put whatever task you have for the month. Then what the planner does is that it would start it will just automatically fill in your month of July with whatever you have going on. It gives us opportunity to put in up to six, 7 tasks for every day for the month. And once you do any task and you just tick there, it would sh- reflect in this chart here. Let me just scroll down. It would reflect in this chart here to show you that it has been done. So obviously this all the data here is from other months, but what you do is just fill it out for the month that you're working for, and this is what this monthly planner does. It just shows you in one place all of what you have coming up for the month of July. And then as you tick off the task, it just shows you how much, what the percentage of what has been done and what is still left to do. Um, the weekly planner, um, with the weekly planner, what you want to do is start off by selecting, it says the week off. So if you double click here, let's just say we're working from, um, let's just go with July again. So the week of the 7th of July, for instance. And then what we want to do is, first of all, put in any important events that we have for that week, and then top priorities that we may have for the week. And then you want to start putting in what, like for each day of that week, anything that you actually have to do, for, like I said in the beginning, that it's broken up in 30-minute time slots. So if you have we've just put in some ideas here for, just for you to see an example of what this could potentially look like once you fill it in. So we can just do one. Okay, so I've if we do here, there is a Sunday service. So this is a Sunday service at 2 hours, maybe including our travel time to church. So we're just going to select from 1 to 3, and then we merge the cells, and then we just click on the paint. That automatically changes it to the color code, and you can do the same for any other organization that you do here. And then you can also add your to-do list down here, and then you check them off as you know once you finish them. So it shows you a track of how you're doing in terms of what you've got planned for the day. The daily planner, sort of the same, idea. You just want to put in what your priorities for the day is. So first of all, you start with the date. So I think let's just go with the theme of July that we've been going. So you want to put what your maybe do an affirmation of the day if you're big into affirmations, your main priorities, your to-do list, what you have to do in the morning, and then lunch, after afternoon maybe you've got grocery shopping, just add it in here. And then a little no daily self-care. These will be ticked off at the end of the day if you manage to accomplish them. And then you want to put in here what you're having, maybe what you've got planned for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. um if you've got any projects that you're working on, so you can put in the progress here. And then other steps that you've got to take for maybe the project, and then you can categorize them here by the priority level, put in the task, and then once you check it in, it means that the status will show that it's been completed. So yeah, that's about it for our monthly, weekly, and daily planners. Habit tracker, like I mentioned in the beginning, it's more of like just the usual things that you want to keep an eye on to make sure that you're doing on a something that you want to do on a daily basis, or maybe something that you want to do every weekday. You just want to put in the habits here. So you can start off with the date, double click, the calendar pops up, you choose your date, and then you want to put in your habit here. So if we go with the theme that we've we've gone with throughout. Let's just say we want to read your Bible every day, so we do Bible study here. If you manage to do it on Monday, you just select tick that to show that it's been done. Same thing here, and then you just do that for the same week two, week three. So it just shows you that, at the end of the week, you can have a look and see, you know, how far you've gone with the habits that you want to track. Did you manage to spend 30 minutes on the course? Did you manage to do the exercises that you wanted to do? Did you manage to write one page? Maybe you're writing a book, anything that you want to track. It gives you the chance to track it for up to 5 weeks at a time. Obviously, like I said, beginning with whatever date you're going with. And then the next thing that we have on here is the budget tracker. So before we do the budget tracker, we're going to go back to the setup page, and I'll just show you how you can quickly set up the budget tracker. The first thing you want to do is select your currency. Let's just say we're going with the pound. And then you want to list all your sources of income here. So your salary, maybe this is planning for a family of two, and you want to include um, your salary and your spouse's salary or your partner's salary. You just personalize this. So in this case, we're just going to put here John's salary, for instance, and then paycheck two can then be Sally's salary. If you have any other sources of income, all you want to do here is list out all your sources of income. And then your expenses, your usual expenses, we've gone with the more popular ones. You can add any other expense that you've got that maybe are not necessarily listed here. And then with your debts, you want to really name them. So instead of credit card one, maybe you want to actually call the bank. Say you have a credit card with Chase Bank, you want to say Chase credit card, and then credit card two, you could name that as well. Really personalize it. Same thing with your bills and any savings that you've got coming up. So these are just maybe some of the ones that are more popular. But if you're saving for something specific, say you've got a big birthday bash coming up, maybe your 50th birthday party, you can just personalize that to say 50th birthday fund here. So that's about it with the personalization for your budget tracker. And then what you want to do is once you've personalized it on the setup tab, when you come here, instead of paycheck one, you want to click on this and select John's salary instead. And whatever you had selected paycheck two to be, you'll be able to select it here to show Sally's salary, for instance. And then you want to put in the actual amount of what the salaries are. In this case, we've gone with $3,000 for each of the partners earning these salaries. And then in terms of expenses, you want to put in what the budget is. So how much you budget to spend for each of these categories here. How much each of these bills will cost. Remember that these would be then personalized according to your actual bills that you've got coming out. So you want to put in how much each of these bills are or how much you estimate them to be for the month. And if they have a due date, the date that you normally pay them by, you would just want to put the date here. And then the last thing we want to do is also, we had already personalized one of the dates, for instance. So instead of credit card one, we can just select here our Chase credit card. The same would happen if we had personalized any of these other dates. We'll be able to just select the names here, and then we put how much we budget to pay towards each of these credit cards. Um, Instead of order, this would be 50th birthday bash here. And then we want to put how much we budget to spend on each one of these. Okay, so then what we want to do is on each day, any financial transaction that we do, be it an incoming or outgoing, you want to put it here. So this is January, but we can just change the date to work off July. So if we come to this tab where it says January, there's a small drop down here. You can just select the month. So we go with July in this case. So we're going to select the date here. 1st of July, we transfer to our savings. So we transfer some money to our emergency fund. We put the amount. If we receive our salary, so we can just select here John's salary instead. So this you record all your financial transactions here, and then what that does is it automatically feeds back into our spreadsheet what our budget was for. So we had said our salary will be 3,000. If our actual was 3,000, it will come up to 3,000. If we had an increase or decrease in our salary, and we, depending on how we registered it in our daily transactions over here, it will reflect here as well. Same for our expenses, our budget versus the actual. So because we can select the category, once you put in any transaction, you can select the category that it falls under. This would automatically feed in to the actual. So we had budgeted this. This is what we spent in total by the end of the month on groceries. So you can really track your budget and see what you're doing in terms of what you budgeted and what you spent on every category. So your groceries, your bills, how much you're putting towards your debt, and how much you're putting towards your savings. I have another video which is a bit more detailed on our budget, our budgeting tracker, which I'm going to link somewhere here in this video. I'm going to add a link here. If you want to go and watch that, it gives you a bit more detail on how to use the budget tracker. And then we want to look at um, our cleaning checklist, which is the next tab that we've got on here. This is very straightforward. We want to put in a date here for the weeks, the month that we're working with. So if we start in July, so this is week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. We just want to list our daily task here. So make bed, vacuum, do the dishes, dust, whatever task. And it doesn't have to be tasks that you do daily. Say you wanted to clean the fridge 3 or 4 times a week. You could just add here clean fridge. And then on this week, you cleaned it on Monday, you cleaned it on Wednesday, you cleaned it on Saturday. So when you come for week 2, you can just look and see, oh, okay, the last time I cleaned the fridge was last Saturday, so on and so forth. And you could do that for any other cleaning task or cleaning chores that you have in mind. This shows you as well for a 5-week period, which means it's usually for a month at a time. Then we're going to look at our chore chart. So this is for the whole family. And if you click on this cell, you can just personalize it. So mom, dad, and then the names of any other person within the family that has any chores. So if you wanted to change this from Jessica to let's say Dora, just do that here. And then you want to use this cells to add in the specific. So mom's task for Monday, what has mom got to do? Tuesday, and then you do the same for every person. And then at the end of the day, you can just take here to show that it's been done or it's not been done. Do the same for Tuesday, and then you can do the same for every other member of the family. So that's about it for the chore chart. And you can actually print this out, just this tab, if you wanted to, and stick it on the fridge just so everyone has access to see what they've got to do for every given day of the week. And then the next tab that we're going to look at is our meal planner. But before we do that, let's go back to our setup tab because we need to set up a few things in order to be able to use the meal planner efficiently. So We've done the monthly, weekly, daily, we've done the budgeting. And then when it comes to meal planning, um, what we want to do here is just put ideas of what we want to have for breakfast, for lunch, and for dinner. So just think of anything that you would normally have for breakfast, right? So you want maybe toast, avocado, smoothie, omelette, whatever it is, anything that you normally have for breakfast, you just dump them here. Same for lunch, same for dinner. And then these are sort of automatic grocery list categories. So once normally when you do grocery, these are the categories that things are sort of divided into. If there's anything that you add normally to your weekly shopping list, which is not the category is not here, you just want to add in here. Maybe you can delete either in any one of these. You can add, or where it says order, you just add here. So once you've added all your meal ideas or all the usual things that you would have for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, what you want to do is you come to your meal planner tab, and then on a Monday, all you need to do is select. So first of all, we start with the date. We always start with the date that we're working off. So you double tap here, and then you select from your calendar the month that you're working off. Then we're starting with this Monday, the 1st of July. Breakfast, what are we having for breakfast? You click on this, it will show you everything that you had put in your setup tab in terms of breakfast ideas. You just need to select from here what you want to have on that Monday. Veggie omelette, for instance. Uh, you it could just be the one option, it could be multiple option. You do the same for lunch, you do the same for dinner. And then when you come down here, just still underneath Monday, you look at what you would need for um each of these meals that you've selected. So for veggie omelette, what do you need? Do you need eggs? You just put the item here, eggs. Maybe we need 6 eggs, for instance, and we need some vegetables, anything that you need for your veggie omelette. Same for anything that basically you look at each of the meals that you've selected, you put down the ingredients that you would need for that, and then you select the category that that ingredient falls under. So eggs, for instance, would um would fall under produce, and then say you needed milk, and that falls under dairy. For your lunch, you need some turkey, turkey breast, maybe one or two, depending on your family size. That will be made of fish. You need some cheese, 1 pack. That will be dairy. So you just do that for every single meal that you want to have for Monday. Same for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So this is for week 1. If you scroll down, you can do that for week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5. So this is for every given month. What that does is it then automatically generates a shopping list for you based on the ingredients that you wanted, that you need for each meal. So because we've only done a few examples here, tomatoes, eggs, milk, cheese, it would show us here on week 1 what do we need for our shopping day. So week 1 produce, these are the items that we need. Week 1 for dairy, these are the items that we need. Week 1 for meat and fish, and so on and so forth. So when we're going shopping for that week, you just need to look at week 1. What is it that we need based on our shopping list, which has been generated based on the meals that we're having. So it's a really, really handy tool, and it's really great because this shopping list is just automatically generated from the meal planning, from the meal planner that we've done. So the next tab that we can look at is the birthday tracker. This is basically just to put in birthdays of maybe your plus one dear ones, just so you don't forget. So if you double click, so it's been divided into the various months of the year. So there's January, February, then if you scroll down, there's more months. All you want to do is select your loved ones, put in your loved one's name, and then this is for the month of May. So if we double click that, the calendar pops up. We want to select the month of May here and just say their birthday was 9th. It shows us that it's 20 days left to their birthday. So every birthday here should be May, every birthday here should be June, every birthday here should be July, and so on and so forth. So in that case, that way you don't forget any important person's birthday coming up. And then there's a travel planner as well, which can help you to track expenses on any trips that you have coming up. What you want to do first is put in the date of your travel. No, sorry, this this is today's date. You want to put in the date of your travel here. So start date of your trip. You say your trip is coming up in August. You select the 11th, and it ends on the 16th. It shows you from the day that we're recording this video. This is how many days we have left onto our trip, and then you want to put in the destination where you're going to, and then your budget. So the bigger category here is transportation, accommodation, food and dining activities. You want to put in how much you're budgeting to spend on each of these, and then this is a more detailed breakdown. So transportation would include maybe your taxi to the airport, or your taxi to the Airbnb once you get there, all those sort of things. If you're renting a car, so you put in all your actuals, your budget, you put in what you're budgeting, and then once you do the actual, how much you actually spend, you just put in here, and then it would show you the difference and how your budget is tracking against, how your actual is tracking against your budget. You do the same for accommodation, food and dining activities, miscellaneous, anything surrounding your trip, and then it shows you here on this chart where sort of all the money is going for your trip. Then there's a parking and to-do list next, in the tab next, which just helps you to uh, organize the trip a bit more. So it's broken down into maybe 3 weeks before the trip, 2 weeks before the trip, 3 days before, 1 week, whatever, all the things that you need to do before the trip. So 3 weeks before the trip, what do you need to do? Maybe these are all personalizable, by the way. So you can change all of these to suit your own personal preferences. So if you wanted to maybe book a hair appointment, you want to do some shopping, you put in all your to-do list for this trip based on when you want to do them. You can also change this to 1 month before, 2 months before. However, it just helps you to keep a to-do list of what you need to do, and then as and when you do them, you just take to show that it's that's been done. Once you do that, it will reflect here the task, how many tasks you had written, and then how many tasks are remaining. And then there's a parking tracker just next by. So based on who is going for this trip, all the travelers, what do you want to pack for them, and what category does this fall under? Is it on the clothing? Is it on the shoes? Maybe toiletries, on the gadgets or accessories? And then once you pack them, you tick on this here to show that it's been packed. And then this chart here so will show you how many the number of items that you've packed, or how many items are left to pack. So it's really handy, because at the end you can see that you can just look at the spreadsheet and be sure that you've packed everything, because you'd only tick anything here once you've already packed it. Yeah, so that's about it for the travel planner, which also includes a packing and to-do list. And then there is the password tracker. here. We all know that that there's most people have multiple passwords that they use for multiple different sites, and it's really hard to keep track of what your passwords are for all the various websites that you use. So this tracker could really help you to keep on top of those. Just put in the name of the site, and then what your username is, because sometimes that's the other thing I forget, what my username for the site is actually is, and then your password. And if there's any security questions, so for instance, some sites will require you to put in a security question: what is your mother's maiden name? That sort of thing. You can just add the notes here to help you to remember what all the information that you need to access that site. And then the last tab that we're going to look at, the last thing that this planner actually helps you track is fitness. So weight tracker and fitness log. But before we do that, there's a small setup that we can also do regarding that in this front sheet. So if you see here your fitness category, you can personalize any one of these. So these are the various exercises that we've just added. These are the various exercise types. So you could add, subtract, change anyone here to suit you. Same with the exercise tab. And then once you come to the weight tracker and fitness log, what you want to do is select the month that we're working with, and then it starts on Monday, week 1. What exercise are we doing? Sprints, for instance. The exercise type, aerobics. Do you need any resources? Maybe you you maybe something that you need to do at the gym, something that you need a personal trainer for, maybe just something that you need YouTube for, or a yoga mat. Any resource that you need, you just want to put it here, and then um, at the end of the week, you just want to select to say yes, that was done. Yay, happy with that. That was done. It doesn't need to be all of this. It could just be one exercise a week. It could just be, two. But we've just put in as many categories or as many possibilities as possible, which obviously you can chop and change as it suits you. And you do that for the whole week, and you can also track that for the whole month. So yeah, quite a lot to fit in one spreadsheet, because like I said at the beginning, this really is the ultimate life planner. So yeah, I hope this walkthrough was useful. If you have any other questions, you can leave us a comment below, and I'll be sure to answer you as soon as I can. Or you can send us an email. I'll also leave the email in the description box below. If you'd like to get a copy of this, I'm also going to link where you can find this spreadsheet in our in our store. And before I forget, actually, this page is actually very useful. The index page. Here it's easier for you to just come here and see everything that the spreadsheet is tracking. And then these are all hyperlinked. So if you want it to take you to the monthly planner, if you hover over it, the monthly planner pops up, and then you click on it. It's just going to take you straight here to the monthly planner, and the same for every other category. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions, and if you like to purchase, like I said, I'll put the link below. And I'll see you in our next video. Thank you.